Let's learn a little bit about what the household was like in ancient Egypt. Evidence was found that shows the average household size was 6 people, and families from higher socioeconomic status had servants that lived with them. And many households were multi-generational. So you had grandparents, you had parents, children, and aunts who all lived together. And the aunt thing wasn't surprising to me because remember, women and girls who did not marry, they were relegated to the household of their fathers or their brothers. So aunts also living in the household was not uncommon. But what I found really interesting is that the titles that we use today to identify family members like granddaughter or daughter wasn't something that was used amongst ancient Egyptians. And let me explain it. It wasn't as clear cut. So for example, there weren't titles used to identify family members by generation. So the word for son and grandson was the same. Your grandfather and your dad referred to you as son or daughter. Now this one is odd. It has nothing to do with like the lack of generational titles within the family, but I thought this was interesting and a little odd, mostly because of all the incest talk we just had. A wife was often referred to as sister, but she wasn't actually her husband's sister. And this has a whole history or rationale and reasoning behind it that I'm not going to get into, but sometimes that was a title that was applied to wives. You know, children in ancient Egyptian households, they played a very important role within the family. They were responsible for taking care of their parents in their golden years, which I'm guessing is about 30. In ancient Egypt, if I was an ancient Egyptian, I would qualify for AARP, like off rip, and the senior discount at Denny's. I'm not gonna lie though, I would claim that. I would claim that Denny's senior discount every day. Children were also responsible for burying their parents, and it's believed that if they didn't, they risked forfeiting their inheritance. And it was super important for children to inherit their family's property so that it would remain within that family's bloodline. And actually, not only were sons able to inherit titles and property, but also jobs. It was actually common for jobs to stay in the family and be passed down to sons and nephews. If that ain't a form of job security, I don't know what else is.